Okay, so let's talk about what a graph of a derivative would actually look like. So I've got this graph here. So this is my actual sketch the graph of the derivative. But this black one right here is my actual graph. Y is equal to f of x. This is my actual function. All right. But remember, what's a derivative again? The slope of the tangent line. The slope. So if I'm going to be sketching a graph of a derivative, I am looking at slopes, right? Because that is a derivative. So red down here is actually the graph of my derivative, because look at what's happening. I'm not all about you getting super specific on this, but I do want you to understand what's happening. So I have a cusp right there. Do I have a derivative there? No, you do not. Notice I have an open circle. I have another cusp. Do we have a derivative there? No, you do not. Notice we have a circle. All right? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to just go with red here. We've already got red. Let's go for it. This slope is negative. This has a negative slope, which means here that I'm looking at this, and it's actually, you can see it's a slope here of -1, right? Because it's down 1 over 1. So my slope of -1. So my slope is negative. Here's what I want you to tune into. The value of my derivative graph is negative, which means this is going to go below the x-axis. And that is why it's a constant slope down here. It's a constant slope up until the value here of -2. It's a constant slope, which means a horizontal line. But at that cusp, I don't have a derivative, so it's an open circle. Crazy, right? And that's also where this -1 comes in, because my slope is -1. Now look at this one. Notice my x values line up. So where this has no derivative to no derivative, I have those circles. However, my slope here is a +1 that I'm looking at, and it's positive. Because this is a positive slope, it's going to be above that x-axis. Positive slope above that x-axis, and it's a slope of 1, and so it's at the value of 1. Right? Okay, now look at what's happening here. Again with the cusp, so no derivative. But if I'm coming down here, you see that purple? So what is my slope here? My slope is down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. So I've got a slope of 1/2. So my slope here is 1/2. And it's negative because it's going down. So I have a negative slope. Meaning, is it above or below the x-axis? Good. It is below the x-axis. Here at 1/2, and it attaches to that cusp, so I have that line. What I need you to know is if it is a negative slope, you are going below the x-axis. A positive slope is above the x-axis. All right, that's the general idea that I want you to get at here. All right? Okay.